Okay. I sanded him up a little bit. Wanted to see how he is going to sand. He's going to come out nice. I really like this wood that's under here. Not so crazy about the paint around it. I might have to strip all that off and put a different type of finish, or I could just leave him old and rustic looking and just leave him like that, and he looks exactly like what we're doing. You know, somebody picks something out of the garbage and carved a really cool face on it, and that's how I sell them, you know. So we'll see how he ends up. I do want to make one point. I'm going to get my brush. Whenever you do run any sandpaper across a carving like that, right, before you take your knife to it again, definitely brush it off. Try and get that sandpaper stuff off. That'll dull your knife in a second. Okay. So make sure you brush them good after you sand them. Moving on, let me see. He needs a bottom lip. I'm going to cut his cheeks in here too a little bit. I'd like these, kind of like the hair, kind of come down and frame the face a little bit, and then, so I like to have the beard go right into like that, if you understand what I just said. Kind of have the cheek come down a little and sweep down that way, so I frames his face a little better. Then we can run this as hair, you know, this way, coming off the cheek there. So I'm probably going to put a stop cut here. I'm going to cut that hairline in a little better. The V-tool here. Let's see what's bring his face out a little bit more. Really frame him a lot nicer. Okay, so I'll work with there. Right here under this cheek, I want to make a pretty deep shadow there, so I'll bring that out there. And under this one, just trying to frame his face. Down by the mustache, I'm going to take some wood out along there so I have some room. This side of the mustache too. Okay. Up under his hairline, I'll get with my knife. I want to keep that pretty clean up there. I can mess with this because this I want to take down a little more. If I lean my V-tool towards the side a little more like that, it'll shave some of that cheek where it's a little high. If I can get at that angle. There. I'm going to take some of that off and then I'll clean that up with my knife. Okay, that's a good start there. Excuse me. Sometimes some of this, you get dust. Now, he's looking kind of neat like that. I want to cut that cheek into this hairline. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stop cut here. If I really want to get some shadow up under there, I'm going to take some wood out underneath where that cheek would be forming. Over here on the side. Just like that. That'll give a nice little shadow. Okay, in that corner. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Then I'd round the cheek and all this right up and under the hair as we keep cleaning him up. I'm going to pretty much cut the cheek straight back here, so you get that shadow you're looking for. Okay, and we'll do the same over here on this side. And round the cheek into the hair a little. Again, we still want him to kind of fan back. I'm just adjusting that as I go here. When I get over here on this side where the inside the V-cut, make it pretty deep right there. Pretty much trying to be around the same as I did on that side. Take some wood out. Get some shadow under there. make his face pop out of the wood a little better, you know. Something like that. I know you probably can't see it on this side, but you'll see it when I turn the camera later on. Okay. Stop cut go in there. And cut that right back underneath that stop cut. So when I go against the grain on this, it's going to break out and I'm going to have to come from the other way to clean it, I think. It's just the way this guy's carving today. I would have to come up this way to smooth it. A bit of a tough angle with him being mounted on the board. Okay, so setting his face in a little bit more. And he should look like he's growing out of that, you know, which is the effect we're going for. We don't want him just looking like he's just stuck on the wood. We want him to look like he's growing out of it. Now, we'll give him a bottom lip. See if he's got anything to say. What I do at this point is make sure I had enough wood out from underneath his mustache, okay, and start forming a bottom lip there. I think we have enough wood for now. If not, we'll just take it out as we go. I'm going to draw a little lip on this guy with my pencil, just about like that. I'm going to take one of my gouges. You can cut it in with a V-tool, you can cut it in with your knife. I like to use gouges that kind of rounds the lip off a little bit better for me. Especially in hardwood like this. It's saved on my knife too. So, got a nice little gouge here. I'll show you the shape of it. It's a little more pointy. Alright, but it really works good on thick wood and scooping out here. I'll try to keep my hand out of the way. Duck down out of the camera. You don't need to see me. I don't look much better than this guy I'm carving. You see that? Probably not. I'll try and do it from... If I did it with the mallet, you'd be able to see. There we go. That's a little better, huh? So I'm just gonna try and take some wood out underneath that line that I drew with the gouge. That's all I'm doing there. A little bit more. Try and keep it from whacking off what you just carved. And we'll kind of roll it this way, forward a little. You can go under the mustache a little with it. Try not to take any part of your mustache, but we're going to cut those corners in and then go right under the mustache anyway. So, you might want to take some of this down here. So I'm going to take another swipe angle a little bit, get a little more out of the front there. Give us a little more room. Okay, just like that. Do a little on this side. Alright, so we just cut a little bottom lip in there. Now I'll take my detail knife and I'll go over here to the corners, try and tuck it under the mustache. Make a cut like that. Get my knife, cut like that under the mustache, and come over and pop that chip out, just like that. Okay.